we contacted Brian, which we did not know. And I said, Brian, or actually she said, hey, Brian, my husband wants to build a track. And he said, what for? And she said, for weight pulling. He goes, do you have any dogs? And we're like, no.
We didn't even have a dog yet.
We didn't have a dog yet that would pull.
And he thought I was crazy.
He thought he was crazy.
He was like, most people don't start out with a track. And I'm like, but if I want to win, don't I need a track? And he was like, well, yeah, but it takes a lot of patience. I guess he thought he called us the crazy Texans. He didn't believe us. And so he was like, well, maybe we can find you someone to make you a track. Well, then he checked into that. And I think because he thought we weren't serious, because he did say a lot of people, they get into it and it's so much work that then they get out. And so I think he was just trying to protect us, because he was like, that's just way too expensive, to have one made. And we're very handy. And so we were like, well, why don't we just make one? And so he was very nice. He actually went out. I've never met him before, just called him out of the blue. This crazy girl that don't even have a dog yet wants to weight pull and is asking, how do I build a track? And so he was very nice, and he went out to his barn and he took his track apart and made videos and sent me pictures and everything, how his track was made. And he went and bought a welding machine, and we found all the metal. And
yes, she showed me.
Within a week.
No, it wasn't within a week. It was within, I took
2
off
days.
work. I took off work and I started putting it together. And 2 days later, we call him basically and say, okay, we built a track. And he goes, are you serious?
We showed him the cart rolling
I showed
down
him the
the
cart
rails,
rolling. He
and
goes,
he went, holy, I'm not going to cuss, but yes.
No,
He
yeah.
was
like, you guys are crazy. So we actually built the track, and we got the dog from Portugal, and she started working it. I mean, we really didn't know what we were doing, but I had done lots of dog training. And so I had kind of an idea, and Brian was helping us a lot. And so it was like, I think it was 6 months later, we went to nationals. Nationals was our very first weight pull ever. We took her dog straight to nationals.
And he placed third.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we learned a whole lot about it very fast.
Yeah.
It sounds like it. Yeah.
When we decide to do something, we just kind of jump in, obviously, head first. The dog that we brought back from Portugal was not supposed to be our dog. We actually went over there to get them for a client of ours for personal protection. The dog turned out to be way too much, and this lady always had little furry dogs, and we told her it was not the dog for her. She was scared of it as a puppy. It ended up being my dog, obviously my first weight pull dog. And so we actually started him much later than you normally would. He was probably 7 or 8 months old.
Yeah, much later than I would start a dog now.
And we were doing personal protection with him, and then I was like, well, he's the perfect one we can weight pull. And then come to find out, actually, he was a Hausfeld dog.
His mom was a Hausfeld dog.
Right. And so the guy in Portugal, he actually came to America before we knew him and got a Hausfeld dog and went home and then bred his weight pull dog to this dog. So it come to find out, my dog actually had Hausfeld blood. So we had never competed or anything. We just went at it, and our first competition was at Brian's home when he had it at his house at nationals, and we placed third, and I was hooked.
I didn't have a dog.
And he was my cheerleader.
I was the cheerleader.
Wow.
So that's how we started.
Yeah, that might be the craziest start story I've ever heard. Yeah.
It probably is. And the harness making is not much after that.
Oh, that's just
yeah.
as crazy